I received a $3.2 million retirement payout after dedicating 30 years of my life to Morrison Engineering. That morning had felt like the finish line of a marathon I'd been running my entire adult life. I packed up my briefcase, my framed award, and the gold watch my coworkers gave me at the party. I even left work 2 hours early because I wanted to surprise my wife. I couldn't wait to see her reaction. I imagined her smiling, maybe crying a little, hugging me and saying, "We made it." But when I stepped through the front door, something stopped me cold. I heard her voice upstairs. She was talking on the phone. At first, I smiled. Then I heard the words, "Don't worry. Once the divorce is final, we'll get at least half. Maybe more, if his lawyer's stupid." My body went numb. I froze at the bottom of the staircase. The same staircase where we'd taken Christmas photos every year. The same staircase where I carried her when we first bought this house. Suddenly, it didn't feel like home anymore. My name is Robert Mitchell. I'm 62 years old. And that was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. 30 years of 12-hour shifts. Missed birthdays, canceled vacations, late nights, all for this moment. My boss shook my hand with tears in his eyes. "You earned every penny," he told me. But now, I was standing in my own house, listening to my wife plan how to take it from me. I didn't go upstairs. I didn't confront her. I quietly placed my briefcase down. Walked back outside. Got in my car and drove. I ended up at a small coffee shop a few miles away. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely hold my phone. For an hour, I just sat there replaying everything. The past year suddenly made sense. Her distance. The gym 5 times a week. New clothes. New haircut. Password on her phone. Every red flag I ignored because I trusted her. But then something hit me. She didn't know about the retirement package yet. The announcement wasn't public, which meant she had somehow found out early. And that terrified me more than the divorce itself. So I called my coworker Dave in IT. I asked who could access retirement files before release. He said only HR and executives. 10 minutes later, he called back. Someone from HR had opened my file and forwarded it to an outside email. A financial consultant. I looked up the name. A younger guy, polished, confident, his specialty, divorce, planning, and asset protection. My stomach dropped. This wasn't emotional. This was planned, calculated, professional. So when I got home that night and my wife smiled at me like everything was normal, I smiled back and said nothing. The next morning, I drove to a lawyer in another town, Patricia Morrison, divorce specialist. Sharp.com, ruthless in the best way. After hearing everything, she said something I'll never forget. "Your wife is preparing for war, so we're going to outplay her." She told me not to react, not to confront, not to tip her off. Instead, gather evidence, play along, stay quiet. For the next week, I pretended everything was normal. Retirement parties, family dinners, wine at night. She talked about trips to Italy. I nodded and smiled. Inside, I was already gone. I hired a private investigator. Within days, he had photos. My wife and that financial advisor. Restaurants, hotels, holding hands. 7 months. 7 months of lies. I didn't cry. I didn't yell. I just got colder, more focused, more strategic. When the company finally announced my retirement, she rushed in, asking how much money I got. I lied, told her it was about $800,000, not millions. I watched disappointment flash across her face for half a second. That's when I knew. It had never been love. It was math. 12 days later, the full $3.2 million hit my account. Within hours, Patricia moved every dollar into a protected trust, untouchable. Then, we filed for divorce first. She got served papers at home. Not me. Or when her lawyer called demanding money, Patricia calmly explained, "We had proof of adultery, proof of conspiracy, proof of illegal access to private records. If they fought us, we'd press charges. They folded fast. She got a small share of the house. Nothing else. The retirement package stayed mine. 30 years of work. Protected." The day we signed the final papers, she looked tired. Smaller somehow. She said sorry. Said she felt invisible. Said the other guy made her feel young. But I realized something. Cheating isn't a mistake. Planning someone's financial destruction isn't loneliness. It's betrayal. Pure and simple. Now, I live in a small house in the mountains. Quiet mornings. Woodworking. Hiking. Peace. The money's safe. My future's safe. And for the first time in years, so am I. People always think revenge is loud.
Anger, screaming, drama. But they're wrong. The smartest revenge is silence, preparation, patience. Because if I had confronted her that day, I would have lost everything. Instead, I stayed calm, I stayed smart, and I walked away with my dignity, my $3.2 million.